This podcast is not for human consumption. The views and opinions expressed are for the rehabilitation of dysfunctional West Coast, high altitude underwater Florida hairless sea monkeys with disabilities. Enjoy the ride.
We'll start recording.
I wish that stupid thing wouldn't keep coming up. It's like, just so you know, we know you're using this platform to record, but we're going to tell you again.
Hello, I am recording.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know, dude.
Might be secret shit.
Right?
Welcome back. K2J Jet. Coffee store hour. No?
Wow.
Very low talking.
K2J Coffee Hour.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
Episode 9. Coming at you live.
Coming at you live. I'm Red.
I'm Rhino.
And I'm Blackbeard.
I think Fab is off dealing with some pool table stuff right now.
Again. And Blackbeard's Blackbeard went to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
He came back looking like an episode of Cool Runnings.
I got beads. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
I couldn't do that.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Dude, I think the monotone voice just hot, hot, hot.
He's a big fan of bobsleds now.
I heard
big fan of bobsleds.
I heard he was singing karaoke down there, but he only sung the song Tequila. It's
With
just
the steel
one
drum.
It's just one word. No. Tequila.
But how would you say in Jamaica though?
Yeah, that's a Spanish song.
No, that's the whole point. You went down there for Jamaica, but you're like, I'm gonna sing Tequila because they like it.
Hey!
No, they like coconut rum. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I was there.
Listen, you guys aren't talking in the right coffee voice. Okay.
Sorry.
Come
on.
No accent, just on.
Sorry, man. Hell yeah. Good show for you today, fellas. Everybody. This is gonna be a great one, especially if we keep talking like this the whole time.
Yeah, welcome back to K2J Jet, where the stories are kind of made up and nobody listens to us.
And we hope that by talking like this, we soothe you on your drive.
ASMR stuff.
I know my boss is probably listening to this as he drives to work, hoping his tire doesn't pop on the side of the road.
Oh, good year.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many is he up to this
year?
5.
Listen to the sound of the road as it rumbles over the tires.
Listen, let me tell you about the sound of the road, dude.
Hey, he's at like 100 days. He hasn't blown a tire.
Ooh, dang, dude.
That's a record, right?
100 days. Yeah, when I would drive back and forth from Bullhead to Nellis, it was like an hour and a half drive, and I would drive very early in the morning. I used to use the bumps on the side of the road as my alarm clock. You know what I'm saying?
Driving by
drive
rail.
there.
That's why I want to buy a Tesla. That way I could just go, Tesla, go.
Yeah, and be a corn star. You could be a corn star in it.
No, I applied and I got turned down. even Bang Bros for the Bang Bus said the no.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even be the weird guy in the back that they pick up and they're like, check out this porn star. They were like, no, you're done. Okay.
That's why you got to go to other companies like Dog Fart or like, Tushy, like those,
Where you don't see your face.
No, you don't see your face.
The Tushy.
you were
right, pause on the coffee thing. Why is it that they never show their face, right? But the dude looks like a circus clown experiment. And then it's like, is this a horse that we're watching that turned into a man?
Oh, like
and then you see him and it looks like a chunk from the Goonies or what's his name, Sloth. Yeah, it looks like him. That's his face.
Baby Root.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's a minotaur. He's a minotaur sloth.
Yeah.
And she's like looking at him like, oh yeah, you're so good. And then he's like, just staring at her with his eyes going like, different ways.
She's like, oh my god, spit in my mouth.
That's why they always pan down so you can't see his face.
Yeah.
Then you're like, is this a mini horse we're watching? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see his face, anyways.
I know. But I wish I was gifted like that. I don't want anybody to see my face. Just walk around like a porno. All you see is my lower fat torso and my horse legs.
Speaking of porns and people fucking, I got a good scenario for you guys if you'd like to answer it. Be awesome.
I think we'll have to stop recording because this.
No, you'd be all right.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather?
Oh God.
Bang Hulk Hogan with a vagine, or would you rather bang Scarlett Johansson with a dick? In what position?
Hulk Hogan without a vagine.
Without a
as
vagine.
is.
And what position?
I want to see its configuration as seen on TV, please, in the clearance section.
What position?
All of them.
All of them?
I wouldn't stop.
You'd be like, oh yeah, brother, right in your ears the whole time.
Yeah,
oh yeah, brother, missionary. Looking
see
at
Blackbeard walking in with 2 beers. And just like,
oh yeah, brother.
Ripping shirts off.
Sorry. 2 oat milks.
I'm a Hulkamaniac. Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you something, brother.
Have you seen that?
It's a really small dick, brother. It's a really small dick, brother, but it'll do.
It's like that clip of all the wrestlers acting, saying all the gay shit that they clipped out and put in there.
Have you seen the one where it's just air? Where it's just Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, and it's just air with them breathing between them talking. Dude, it's fucking hilarious, bro. You gotta watch it, dude. It's hilarious. You could tell there was so much cocaine that flowed through those fucking rings, dude. Cream of the crop, yeah. Let me tell you something, brother.
That chalk with their hands is not chalk.
No, it's not. It's pure Colombian bam bam. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Have you seen all those things that Jake the Snake talks about and going through all that stuff? It confirms all that. He gets some crazy stories.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Well, going back to like the porn star thing, like with Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura, Adrian Chechik talks about how like they feed you drugs. Like every shoot you used to go to back in the day, there's just a table.
Oh,
pick what you want. And
it's like craft services.
I think what's
like craft services of narcotics instead of like sandwiches. You've got like
it's like the U.S. food trucks,
over there.
Shows up at your school to deliver you your chicken nuggies. Yeah, they just deliver like Coke and Molly.
Yeah, and here we're supposed to have sandwiches, but we have black tar heroin. Do you like that? Or would you like some Xanax? Yeah. Oh no. We need to get you up.
Oh, there's probably a guy like
let's get some methamphetamines here.
John Cena when he's in that movie. And he's like, he opens up the little tackle box and he's like, I got Coke, Molly, meth, Xanax. You ever seen that?
It's
John Cena?
It's been a while, but
he plays like this hardcore drug dealer.
Yeah.
Was that in The Wrestler with a?
No, it was like with Tina Fey and God, what's her name?
Is it like Hall Pass?
No,
it's not Hall Pass, is it?
No, I don't think it's Hall Pass. Great movie, by the way.
Did you know that Germans like perfected basically methamphetamines to give their soldiers at the wolf den? So
wolf packs are U-boats.
No, the wolf den. So there's like a wolf den in the forest, like a fucking secret fucking bullshit. So
it's called the Wolf Slayer.
Slayer.
Whatever, man.
Sorry, I'm kind of a historian.
Listen, America, all right? That's all I care about, all right?
It's funny you mentioned that, like they perfected that, right? But I was talking to my wife.
I mean, not perfected, but they, one of the ones like listed, or like one of the people who are like historically kind of shown to use it to give their soldiers to stay up,
So just like the genetically modified, like what they give pilots, the little pills, to keep them awake.
Pills, right?
So they're basically speed. It's just re-engineered speed to keep them. Doesn't have all the nasty like habit inhibitors and all that stuff in there. But that's what they use when they do those long flights.
Oh yeah, I bet they're
continent to continent.
I bet the molecules, if you put them up, together, they're really similar. Like
I was
meth and Adderall.
I was talking to one of the pilots, and he said that it's very like controlled, right? So you have to like sign it out, and they only give you like a certain amount of pills, and you're only supposed to take them at certain times. So they map out the entire flight, and you have times that you're supposed to take it at. And if you come back with more than what you or less than what you were supposed to take, like it's serious charges against you. But it's very controlled. Yeah.
That but with the German soldier thing, I wouldn't expect anything less, especially with Hitler. He was on what was called vitamin 8, which is essentially a cocktail of narcotics.
Yep.
So, I mean, would you?
It kept his Parkinson's down.
I think he was the first one to have a Dr. Feelgood, if I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think so. So I was also talking to my wife. We were watching the show. It's pretty good on Hulu. It's called like The Good Doctor. It's about the doctor with autism.
Military history.
It's a pretty good show. But a lot of the surgical things that they do in there, where they're like fixing like your spine or like your brain and stuff like that, a lot of those medical practices come from Dr. Joseph Mengele, who is in Auschwitz, who did all these weird, like horrible experiments to Jewish people, and I think only like a handful of them survived. But like brain tumors, right? Instead of just like going in and they would just like rip it out basically and pull it out, he found out that if you use the syringe with saline and just like squeeze it in the brain, it'll just fall out naturally and no damage to the brain. It's horrible that he did that to people over and over and over again, but that's a standard practice nowadays. That's how they get tumors out of the brain.
That's crazy. And that's you like Slayer? You guys like Slayer?
Angel of Death.
Angel of Death was written about Dr. Mengele.
Yep.
You listen to it.
Martyr to the Kingdom of the Dead. Infamous Butcher.
I fucking love Slayer, bro.
Was it
I got to see him on their retirement tour. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm sorry.
I got to see him on their retirement tour. I think it was like second to the last show before they were done in Vegas. Dude, epic.
What's his name? I forget the Jim Brewer, comedian. One of those looks like he's high, but it's just like his natural face. He talks about he took his wife to a Slayer concert, and he's like, we're in our 40s, 50s, we're sitting down and I've made money, so we're close to the stage. And he's like, all these bands get on before then. And he's like, so Slayer gets on and all the lights go down and there's like a Viking horn that sounds and it's like, release the Slayer fans. And they all just started storming the stage. And he's like, my wife was like, what the hell?
Hell yeah.
He's like, every man for himself, babe.
Every man for himself. Probably like epic walls of death and just raining blood, because they have that song. And fucking, I wish I could have seen him when I was younger, but at least I got to see him before they went out.
You'll break a hip now.
I know, right?
Dude, so it's weird seeing Motley.
Just like Rhino getting old, man. He was born in the 90s, dude.
Yeah, I know. 1990s.
I feel
that post
old,
is so fucking funny, dude. That post. So good. With the crying babies. Oh, I was at work and I put it on and then the crying babies and just it was very loud. Very loud. I laughed very hard.
I was gonna say it looks more like Mayer because he was, he's a veteran from the 1900s.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of looks like Mayer.
Like you see the old man, you're kind of like, oh man, he definitely has butterscotches in his pocket right now.
Hey, I got these butterscotches. Well, no, some of them have moved to Werther's or like
Butter Rum,
the cream savers, with the strawberry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, or the peppermints. They might go old school and go peppermints. Or hey, I got this here double mint gum. You want some? Just fuck, dude.
That part in the episode still gets me. Is like he's just basically telling us to go fuck off, and then Red's like, "You want a butterscotch?" I die every time that comes up.
Hey, you kids, fucking get off my lawn. Here's a butterscotch. Hell yeah.
Or Mayor. He's
when I was a supervisor, we had a inspector that was assigned to my jet, and he used to always bring butter rum. And that was amazing. He was he went to Nam, so you can imagine how old he was.
What's butter rum? What is that?
It's the same. It's butter. Instead of using scotch and butterscotch, they use rum, butter rum. Same
Different
thing.
flavor.
Yeah. Little candies, same thing.
Well, you being a Blackbeard, you would rather have rum than scotch, anyhow. I would
Of
think.
course.
Yarr. Ye old butt pirate.
Why would I not want
Of course.
rum?
Welcome back to Coffee Talk Shop
Coffee
or whatever
hour.
the fuck. Coffee Hour with butter rum.
When you're editing this, you got to put in like that smooth jazz every time this comes on in the background.
That's smooth jazz.
Easy listening.
Or like NPR. Is this what they do the whole time on NPR?
I haven't listened to NPR in forever.
Do you know what NPR is?
Yeah, I haven't listened to him forever.
It's like Nazi public radio or something like that.
Democrat, Nazi, same thing, right?
It,
Y'all
it
don't say
makes
talk
sense.
like this. Y'all don't say talk like this.
But to all our listeners just chiming in, we said we were never going to talk politics on this show,
Yes.
but here we are.
That's not political.
Thanks, Red. Well, we're talking about Nazis and Democrats, so
If we
It's
say it's
kinda
not
close.
political, then it's not political, right?
this
It recognizes that's something different.
this podcast is deemed non-political.
I love this.
And just take that recording of my voice and just play it every 5 seconds.
this coffee talk stuff. I love it. So some things that I was thinking we should talk about today. Anybody have any ideas? Go ahead with your Blackbeard. I
I'll
think you
start
have
with
something.
the. So I'm sure you all remember this, but whenever we
You're
get
not,
a new
you're
guy,
not you're not doing it.
I can't. Whenever we would get a new guy in the squadron,
Maybe Blackbeard should do it because this sounds very creepy. Wait for here comes the ginger laugh. For all you folks who were waiting for that laugh to come back to last episode, don't watch this video.
Okay.
we would always
All
see.
right, I'm good. Go ahead.
Red's laugh is referred to as the tuna chuckle.
All right.
Uh,
Go ahead.
There it is.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. All right. I got to gather myself here.
What happened?
I'm
We all
dying.
know.
I'm dying inside, but
What
I'm trying to be
happened?
professional, you know.
This isn't a professional
Hold it
podcast. You can't be professional here.
We all know how the new guys would come in and you'd always push their
Did
buttons.
you just
and-
grab the mic? Why are you grabbing it?
Trying to do coffee talk like we're sitting here with our microphones. I'm very intrigued on the new guys coming into the squadron. I wish I could talk like the hormone monster from
Please,
Big Mouth.
Please continue. Please continue.
Anybody seen that show?
No, I made it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
He's just like,
So everybody knows how like a new guy would come in and you'd have to push their buttons and haze them a little bit or a lot of bit to see who they are and get them to fit in. But we had this. The one story that comes to mind, there was this guy who was back at Tyndall, but we got a new guy from some other
This-
base.
This
I think
is
it was a
Tyndall?
15 guy
At Tyndall?
at
You don't
Tyndall.
say.
Red, stop talking. Go Blackbeard.
Listen,
This,
you got,
this is not an
Alright.
episode of Black Raw.
Hey,
Let's continue.
I got saliva on my neck.
it's not tushy.
But no, that's the story I'm thinking of. We had this guy. I think he came from like Kadena or somewhere. I don't know. But he was a 15 guy, brand new guy, and he was. I guess I can say his name. But we call him Creasy Bear. So if you're listening, Creasy Bear, you know who you are. And I hated this guy when he first showed up. He was trying to be a buddy with everybody, but nobody really knew him. So I would just dog the shit out of him every chance I get. There was one time like we were all eating in the break room or whatever, and he'd come and sit down with us, and I'd always tell him to get the fuck out of here. I'm not eating with you. Move to the other side of the fucking room. Eventually he got the hint and he fucking came around, and he was a good guy after that. But there was lots of people that
Did you
would
guys
just
make
push their
out?
buttons. Actually, he dressed up as me at a Halloween party once. It was pretty good. But
Wow.
How was the sex?
It was pretty damn good. There was a blow up doll involved. Good times.
Sweet.
Fair enough.
The
Petrolatum.
Always. When do you not use pet?
Classic.
It's like, what's the difference between jam and petrolatum? You guys never heard that joke? What's the difference between jam and jelly?
It must be a trash holiday.
Well, we know jam and jelly, of course.
Yeah, can't jelly your dick in somebody's ass. You can jam it.
Yeah, you should have said it like this. Coffee talk.
Continue, Blackbeard.
Coffee talk. Continue.
I don't want to know.
What is
No, go ahead.
What does Fab have to say?
Go ahead, Fab.
Continue, Blackbeard.
Fab, where are you?
First off. Oh shit. He wants you to
Yeah, there was other times. Don't you remember like just pushing people's buttons until they explode? Like there was another guy, he had really thick glasses. I'm sure he listens to this. We used to call him Radar. But we would always constantly push him, try to get him to blow up. Like any chance we would get, we just fuck with him and fuck with him and fuck with him until he exploded. And that was always a good time watching people explode and lose their fucking minds. You guys never did anything like that?
Interesting.
Oh yeah, we did.
So I would fuck with new guys like a lot. Because we all got fucked with when we started, especially in the truck. When we're sitting in the truck, fucking I was just, you could ask a lot of these guys we still talk to, probably most of these guys. I was just a ruthless asshole and was like, just talking shit the whole time, just because I learned from guys above me. They were talking shit to me the whole time. It's about thick skin, bro. It's about thick skin,
I just picture the picture that Mayor sent, just read in that configuration, just as a contractor, just talking shit to everybody.
Just, I love.
Feed me M&Ms.
Dude, the best time fucking with new guys was when we were grounded. So 15s, I probably already told this story.
After the one split in half?
Yeah, after one split in half over fucking St. Louis, we were grounded for like 6 months. We had nothing to do. So we would end up, I had the idea, or some of us had the idea of hunting new guys.
Ooh.
So yeah, we would hunt the new guys. We'd grab fucking duct tape. We'd grab zip ties, the fucking
ratchet straps.
Ratchet straps, tie down straps. We tied this guy, we hog tied this crew chief and put him on an avionics cart. And then we're like, he was literally hog tied. He was pissed off. And then we were carting him around the squadron and the flight line. And then there was this other kid that we tied to someone else. And I think I already said this, but we tied him nut to butt, or we tied him on 69 in support. Yeah, we tied him up and he started crying. He was like, my mom used to do this to me. Started crying. Yeah, like we hit like something, dude. It was crazy. Another one. Yeah.
With some of the maintainer humor that you just laugh about.
Yeah, another one.
In his head
we would tape to fucking palm trees because there's a fuck ton of palm trees out there. Duct tape them to picnic tables. We would tape them up and then take them. I think we've taken them down to your squadron multiple times and put like signs on them that said "Raptors suck" or "Fuck Raptors."
I remember seeing people like that.
Or we drop them off down at the Navy that said, some shit whenever the Navy was TDY or whatever, but it was always a good time fucking with new guys. It was so much fun.
I remember finding people's like EPs or whatever and fucking with them. There was this one, it was a chick actually. She left her, I think it was EPs or the line badge, one or the other, but we froze them in like a little bag at first. And then we put it in a bigger bag, and we eventually got up to a fucking trash bag. So her EPs were in this giant ball of ice.
Oh shit!
Oh, that was pretty good.
Someone froze my blouse, like shirt, my fucking BDU shirt. Someone fucking stuck it in a Ziploc, wet, and just put it in the fucking freezer, dude. Frozen. And I went to go home. I was like, "What the fuck, motherfuckers? I don't know who that was." I found my EPs frozen solid, dude. Oh, man,
we used to steal new guys' blouses or the tops and then sell them at the snack bar.
Oh, That's good.
Oh,
Make them buy
wow.
it back.
Yeah, we'd put it on a little hanger and price tag it. We had a little price tag done. Click it.
And IDs. I think it still happens now. Whenever you find somebody's ID.
Oh, that's a huge no these days. We did that to one guy, and we riveted between 2 plates of sheet metal his ID in there.
That's good.
Yeah, it was always good messing with people's IDs. That was, they leave them in there and you just fucking fuck them up everywhere.
Destroy that cack.
Hey, let me see your cack.
Yeah.
I can't find it. Look up on the roof.
Yep. Taped to the ceiling fan. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's got tape over it and like mustaches and shit all, you know. Yeah.
Or you put a piece of tape over the reader, so when they put it in the computer, it doesn't work.
That shit was awesome.
It's that shit all the time.
Yeah.
It's the little things, you know. It's the little things.
It makes the hard times fun.
We would always go to this little Chinese restaurant right outside the base in Little Rock, and this dude would always get like Coca-Cola. I'd take the soy sauce packets and I would just squeeze it in his Coke.
Ooh.
So he'd shake it up and he'd come back, like, all right, let's eat this shit. And he'd just take a big old gulp.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Very salty. Very salty Coca-Cola.
You made him tougher. You toughened him up. And that's what essentially what we were doing. We were trying to make sure that they had thick skin in the truck, because not only were we quoting movies, but we were also talking shit to everybody, regardless of who they were.
We had a dude. This is like when I was a brand new airman, and you always get in like as soon as you get there, right? Like you get in the back of the truck, and there's like all the crusty senior airmen that are sitting back there, veteran guys or whatever. And one guy would start talking about, he's like, yeah, don't mess with me, because my wife found that out the other day. She was pissing me off because she wouldn't do something, so I just came out of the room naked and I took a shit in the living room floor.
Wow, Amber Heard.
And made her clean it up, and we're all like,
kind of weird.
I don't believe that. And people are like, no, he literally did that because she called the squadron because he shit in the middle of the floor.
Oh my God.
And he went to work.
Dude, when I was a crusty senior airman on days, doing launch and lounge, you know, waiting for if somebody needed help or whatever, I was a floater. I would sit in the back with one of those fucking like cardboard tubes. I think the Soka pads came on it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And I would sit in the back with the windows open, both windows of the expediter truck open, and use it as an oar. You know what I mean? Like use it as an oar, and it'd be my pirate ship. So we'd be going by people, and I'd be yelling at them in a pirate voice and like looking down the tube and shit, talking to the expediter, you know, shooting the shit with him. He was laughing the whole time he was with it. It was fun. It was a good time. And they called me multiple times. I've been called Mikey Fuck Around because I like to fuck around on the flight line.
The whale off the starboard bow.
Instead of working.
There she blows.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like that. It was good times. It just made the day go by, you know what I mean? And then it was like, oh, day shift, time to go home. Sorry, guys. I gotta go. But yeah, that's one thing about working at ATC and you only get an 8-hour day is like, hey, let's fuck around all day.
Yeah, instead of doing the BPO and then turn a BPO over to swings when the jet's been down since noon.
That never happened.
Yeah, we just couldn't do it, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I ran out of time. I was waiting on a fuel truck.
That never happened. We would fly all the time. I mean, unlike the 43rd, where it was like, you know, 6 went out, 6 taxied, and then like 5 taxied back, and 1 went up for like around the pole, and then it was like, I guess we did our mission.
That was a hard day.
Really hard day. And then it was like guys who only had 22 and probably now 35 experience think they're God's gift to fucking maintenance because they fucking do a little computer. Boop, 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 boop. They've never had to chase paper TOs when the fucking jet turns the other way and all your TOs go all over the place and you're just trying to catch them along with your forms. God. They've never experienced that shit.
They definitely don't understand the old 781As where you're trying to sit there, and especially if you're the only 7 level, and you got to go through like 22 jobs, just signing. You got to sign the red X, and you got to sign off all the little warning tag things. Then you got to sign your little initial,
sign your IPIs, and you got to fucking it's. And if you have FIs out there along with all your paper shit, that's blowing. You know, and the wind was wind is probably constant. Any fucking Air Force base, I'm not going to say it was just a Tyndall. but the
Yeah,
wind
they
would come
were.
through and it would just blow our fucking forms off and it'd blow fucking FI pages. And I mean, the worst was when a dude left so we had a toolbox, tiny, small toolbox with the TOs in it up on top. You remember that?
Yeah, the TO bag. Well, we had a bag.
We had
or 15s.
We had a box up on top.
Yeah. Oh.
And so he left it open with like 2 or 3 TOs open, and the jet, instead of going out like that, where the way it's supposed to, he didn't tell him that he was turning the other way. And he turned, and then you just see a big puff, and he's right there up in the front row, an alpha row, and just it goes fucking everywhere. You see the fucking expediter, B flight expediter, A flight, and then the pro super pull up and trying to catch it all and shit. Yeah,
everybody running out of the truck trying to grab paper,
bro. Yes.
That's one thing I didn't miss when I moved on to the electronic TOs. But the one thing I did miss about paper TOs is when QA would show up and you didn't have your TO open and you could blame it on the fucking wind. I don't know what happened. The wind blew it closed.
I shut it down. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't using this to put my knee on. I don't know what you're talking about. Fucking QA was coming out harassing me and shit.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah. Quality always coming out harassing people.
Damn quality. Going back to Raptors though. I'm sure you guys don't remember it because you didn't really work Raptors in the beginning. But no shit, we would red ball or cancel a flight for light bulbs. Seriously. Wingtip lights or landing taxi lights. They would blow constantly. We had back orders for fucking wingtip lights, the bulbs that we couldn't fly because the jet was down. So we were canning wingtip lights, so fucking jet to jet, so we could fly.
Jesus Christ!
Is this like before they switched to the LEDs?
Yeah, it was the first design, I guess, of the wingtip lights.
Hey,
it was pretty bad.
Down to the 15s, grab some, see if they work.
I think we tried that, but they're different.
I'm sure you did.
We had the same thing on the tail end of the 130. We called them the beaver tail lights, but it was 2 little green lights, and they needed them so at nighttime when they're doing formation flying, you could see where the tail end was at night, and they would constantly go out. And they were just these stupid little like 110 bulbs, like you get like the multi pack or whatever from Support or whatever. So they had like 10 of them in the little sleeve, and they were non-traceable. So like no crew chief ever had a scrounge bag.
No, that was frowned upon.
There was a time where it was like we did
G105.
We ran out of light bulbs, and then you'd have to go to truck to get people that had their scrounge bag to get light bulbs. That was great. Where'd you get that? Don't worry about it.
Hey man, don't you worry about that. I ain't got nothing in here.
We had a dude that had like wheel spacers in his bag.
I'm sure that you guys had a designated row of lockers where you had fucking shit
all the parts.
All the parts. Someone would come out with a PTO shaft. Weird, huh? Like, hey man, we gotta order a PTO shaft. Hold on, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Where the fuck did this come from?
Supply.
Lockers can hold a lot of parts.
V-band clamps for fucking.
Can you imagine that nowadays?
Man, they lose their shit if you have any scratch.
Oh my gosh, dude, you'd have people, and this allegedly, I don't know for sure. You would have. I've heard stories of people stuffing the shit up in the tiles, the roof tiles, all kinds of stuff.
Allegedly, at one of the places I used to work, we had a crackdown of all the scrounge, and we had to get it all turned in. We had the amnesty program, and we had a whole entire parking lot, like an aircraft parking lot, filled with parts that had to get processed and turned back in.
Oh shit!
Well, I was cleaning the bathrooms the other day, and they were doing that at our work. They were walking around. Yeah, they were looking for stuff.
Mop handles.
I was getting mad because they kept walking through where I was mopping. So it sucked.
I had gotten a turnover that was happening when I was like trying to get new bottles of Simple Green to for the Zimbabwe.
Why are you still using Simple Green? I thought you were supposed to use Fabuloso.
No, I like Simple Green. Right?
I wonder what they use now.
Purple Fabuloso smells way better.
You remember being in tech school and having the 55-gallon drums of Simple Green?
The handle
on the Tidy Friday, and you got to clean the whole fucking hangar and the jets. You have this giant drum of Simple Green. You're wiping down everything with it. I wonder if they still do that. Did you hear
Sorry.
Fab?
I thought I heard something in the background. I thought it was Fab for a second.
Maybe.
It said take a message.
It's a take a message. Yeah, dude. I always like those big fucking 55-gallon drums of Simple Green. We used one at the first. We had like a bunch at the first down, Hangar 1 down in Tyndall.
Down yonder.
And when I was Hangar D or Hangar Defense, I used it quite often. I had my name on the side of the mop bucket and on the side of the Zimbabwe, and it was fun.
So it's funny you mentioned like the Zimbabwe, but when I was at took my year off after the military and I was working at Tractor Supply, and I would get all my minions that I worked with and one of the other managers as well. And instead of using like the company provided floor cleaner or whatever in the little handheld Zimbabwe that would go down the aisles, we would go to like Dollar Tree and buy like the giant bottles of Fabuloso and dump that whole thing in there. So anytime before the district manager showed up, we'd have, because it was during COVID, so we always had to clean the floors and stupid policies or whatever. So I just had that one dude just do the whole store constantly with Fabuloso, and we walked out of the front of the store and came back in, and it was so strong.
Does it smell fabulous?
It smelled good, but the district manager came in, he was like, "Wow, that's clean. Wow, you can smell that as soon as you walk in."
Great, because you get so much and you can use so little.
We use the whole bottle. No, we just use the whole bottle.
You use on everything in the house. You use it on the dog. You can use it on the birds. You can use it on the snake. We give a snake a bath, Fabuloso. I mean, we actually don't do that, but I mean, you probably could.
But it was funny because he put in like his little district manager notes when I was visiting the store in Palmdale, and it was smelled very, very clean in that store. It's almost overbearing because you get the old people and they're like, "I'm trying to get my corn feed for my chickens and it just smells like Fabuloso in here." They need to do that in the hangars because I tried to get them to do that, and we set up the little handheld Zimbabwe for them. They need to use Fabuloso.
They don't use that shit.
You imagine how clean the floors would be in there?
I've never seen those things clean. Never.
There was one dude. He did it, not with Fabuloso, but he sat there all day just back and forth in that little Zimbabwe.
Was one stripe of white?
Was he?
No, he did the whole the pull through in the hanger. They they go side to side. He did that whole thing just all day.
Was he a 3-level?
No,
because I remember on his 5-level.
I remember when I was an A1C, like in Hangar D, I had to do the entire hangar. The whole thing was open. We had the new, clean, shiny white floors, and they're just like, "All right, get to it." What? Get to what? Zimbabwe, whole hangar, done by the end of the day.
That's considered hazing now. You can't haze them.
No joke. But even before then, though, well, not even then. But now they go so fast on that thing. It's like, dude, go slow. Get it clean. Yeah, go slow and let it work. Like, you can't just be going full speed on that thing.
Cleaning tips with the janitors. Cleaning tips.
Yeah, it really grinds my gears. Okay,
grinds my gears when they don't use magic erasers too.
Oh my god! Why? Why does nobody do that anymore?
Like magic erasers? You remember magic erasing airplanes?
No.
Well, not you. You can't. You can. I could.
Yeah, I could.
I used to use AeroClean and the little spray bottle and fucking magic erasers all day before the pilot came out. Because you were looking for, hey, I want to go home early, or
So we had in our wash rack.
White wheels win wars, dude.
Damn right. That was a good thing about being on the fucking LO jets, especially in the beginning. We have nothing to clean them. Sorry, they're dirty.
Yeah, you can clean the wheels and the struts.
Yeah, that was about it.
We had soapy water like mix that we could spray on there, and it would get some of it off, but not a lot. That was like the only thing you could use on it, though.
Dude, coming from the 15s and then going into 16 world is the same, right? Because you're like, I got to keep my jet clean. Prideful. That's my jet. I'm gonna keep it clean. You go to the A10 squadrons, dude. Nothing is fucking clean. Nothing is clean. whatsoever. And they're like, dude, gun gas, bro. It's all about the gun gas, dude. That means your fucking jet uses the gun like a lot.
Showing it off.
It's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But have you ever heard of like, anti-corrosion techniques? There's a TO for this, right? Well, no. And then so a lot of us from the fighter world that went over and we were working with the mayor, we would have to clean. We were like 15, 16 guys would go out there with spray, fucking aero clean, wiping it down. And then like core A10 guys were like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? That's like sacrilege, dude. That's blasphemous, bro. Yeah, but I got the cleanest fucking jet out here, dude. I mean, it doesn't mean we could look at how many code ones I have compared to how long yours has been broken, but mine's still cleaner, right?
Take the isopropyl alcohol wipes or whatever, because you can't use like tire foam or anything like that on the tires. But if you clean the tire with it, it just evaporates, but it cleans all the shit off your tires, so your tires look like they're straight brand new, like black walls.
I never clean the tires, just the wheels. Just clean the.
We would only do that on the OT side. If there's like a DV or something coming through, you like clean it real quick so it looks nice or whatever.
What was that at Tyndall? What was that competition everybody had? It was like once a quarter or something for each squadron. The cleanest jet or in the launch, they would be graded for everything.
Yeah, and then they have those fucking rad coveralls with like their stripes on them and their names on. Dude, I was so jelly. I wanted.
That's where Patches O'Houlihan came from. We used to make fun of because he wore that constantly. He had patches everywhere.
Patches O'Houlihan.
If you can dodge a wrench, and you can dodge a ball.
Just remember the 5 Ds of dodge there, Jimmy.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and duck. Dodge. I think. I forgot how many I just named, but
yeah.
Yeah. Cleaning airplanes. That was my favorite thing. Which is why I'm a janitor now, because I learned how to clean hangars, break rooms, bars. Because we had you're the quality janitor. We had the bars on the squadron, and then we had to clean airplanes, which is the wheels and all the panels and all the front, and you clean a lot. Then you go out, and if you got in trouble, you had to go clean the like fucking grounding points with a vacuum, and a spoon. You had to clean a lot, and then
Red, I have a story for you after this, by the way, when we're not recording.
I'm ready for that one.
That just happened the other day.
Oh shit. Okay.
But that's why you're our quality engineer janitor, because you keep up with our quality specs and how we're cleaning.
Listen.
And then if we don't do it right, then you write me up.
I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. You know what I'm saying?
So you're like that dick quality guy, but you're our dick. So
yeah, real hard dick.
You're that can fuck this dick.
Real hard dick, but a nice dick.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Get on my knees, brother.
One other thing that I wanted to bring up too on this episode is, so you're on mids or you're on swings. Fuck day shift, whatever. You're on mids or you're on swings.
Those guys.
It's close to the end of shift. You're like, man, it's been smooth as fuck. And then something happens. What's the worst one one of you go? One of you, Rhino, you go first.
One of our brand new airmen leaves his toolbox on a plane that's in the air for like the next 6 hours.
That was weird. But that would always happen. Right at the end, you'd either break a tool and lose a piece of it, or you lose a tool or something. It was always happening like that.
Mm-hmm. And he'd just be like standing there, and you're like, dude, where's your toolbox? Oh, last time I had it was on I don't remember. So you go to every 130, go to literally, and it's nowhere, and it's like, all right, well, let's call the plane. And then they'd get SATCOM and call the plane, and then they're like, oh yeah, it's in the back here by the loadmaster. Sweet.
Oh,
but he had his keys, so that was good, right?
I mean, at least it was locked up, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
we had a guy that
tool control is finest. You know what I'm saying?
On top of our toolboxes, like at Tyndall. There's a lot of stories from Tyndall. I was there for a while, but We had the rubber
A
buckets,
lot of Florida stories, boys. A lot of Florida stories.
Yeah, it's attached to your toolbox, and usually you have the lanyard that goes through it, and then you lock it back up. But we had this one guy that forgot to lock up his bucket, and I think it was like more than one time. So for like
That was always fun.
Week afterwards, he had to carry around a bucket with his hand a whole week long whenever he was at work to make sure he never forgot his bucket.
It was always fun knocking people's buckets off their shit to see if they were locked.
Yeah.
That's like the good stories you hear, but like nowadays, like you get court-martialed for doing something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so demeaning to the airmen
For knocking people's bucket. Oh yeah, for making them carry a bucket.
Yeah, making them carry,
no.
or like making them push a light all out to every aircraft and vacuum out every flight deck,
dude.
Like it was like sacrilege. I did that to one kid. To this day, that kid still hates me.
Dude, I was
You blatantly lied to me on a flight deck FOD inspection, bro. Like, go clean that shit. I did shit like that.
Dude, I was an airman, and this isn't obviously an end of shift story, but this is kind of one of the hazing stories. I was an airman, and I slept in like 8 hours in. You know what I'm saying? Like it was almost swing shift. And so I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's like 2:00. Call my flight chief. Hey, I woke up late. I'm late. Sorry. He's like, late for what? I was like, late for work. He's like this work? Like late right now? Like, yes, I'm late for work. I should have been in this morning, at 6, now it's like 2:00, whatever. He's like, oh, well, we thought you were at a fucking appointment all day. I was like, oh, fuck myself, dude. He's like, all right, come in. So I came in, the fucking swing shift expediter hemmed me up, bro. I'm in the expediter truck. He's just hemming me up, dude, for the whole time. And then he's like, fucking anybody needs a 60? Guess who's taking it to him? I'm like, oh, fuck. All right. Never again did I wake up that late. After pushing and pulling 60s up and down the
Tyndall
flight line for people. They laughed at me. But I learned.
Learn from your mistakes.
They laughed, man. And I learned. Yeah.
Best way to learn. Now they just cry and say, you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
He's singling me out.
I just say, you don't like me. All right. What's one thing that happened to you at the end of shift? Like, bad thing?
The only thing I could really think of is normally, because like on Raptors, you would always have an APU or why can't I think of it right now? But you would have a no start with an APU constantly. So there'd be times that you're fighting with the APU or changing a part and it never starts or stops, whatever. Doesn't matter. But that's the only real thing I think of. I remember being out there trying to work on this APU, being like in the weapons bay, because the side weapons bay and the bottom of the APU was right there. But fucking in that hole. So like only one person could fit in there trying to swap out a part or whatever. That would always happen.
Wow.
That was a good one.
Doesn't sound
I said mine, but Red was
missed it.
predisposed.
I'm sorry. It was good though. Yours was very good.
Who was that?
That's a roommate.
Was she trying to use your Burger King points?
No, she wants to use her boyfriend's Spotify.
Oh.
And I said, you got to log in on his, not mine.
Did you tell her the on the air sign was up and lit?
I should put on air.
You should. You should get one of those little like things from Amazon.
Dude, I need one of those. So fucking when kids are like, when I go to the three shift fucking thing, whatever. No.
Okay, so the worst thing that happened that I can remember is it was like 5:30 at Tyndall, and we were towing.
We were towing a jet down to the Hush House. Yeah, down the Hush House. Last fucking thing of the day to do. We're like fucking put it in. Let's go. We're ready. You know what I mean? We've all done this before. Let's fucking do it. Oh ho ho! Little did we know, fate had a fucking turn for us that morning. So whoever was driving, I forget who was driving. I was a wing walker. On the who's this? Oh yeah, I was a wing walker on the left side, and the driver, he took a really sharp turn instead of taking the turn a little wide like he should have, and the tire went into the sand. It just sank. And instead of the wing walker blowing the whistle and telling him to stop, the driver just kept driving. And you see the Coleman, and the fucking nose landing gear comes out like a toothpick. And you see the radome. And man, that
just sucks when that happens.
Dude. The brake rider, I don't know how the fuck he got out so fast, but he was out before the motherfucker hit the ground.
Interesting story.
It was like a Roadrunner cartoon.
He was
jet dropped and he stayed in the air.
He was out of the cockpit before the radome hit the ground.
You heard it.
What the fuck?
Well, folks, you heard it here live.
And then
from the Coffee Hour.
Then we had to stay until almost noon that day, and we were mids. Yeah, it's a great time.
Good story.
Yeah, it was a great story. You had to be there. It's one of those things that just rattles your bones when you see it, you know? Especially when the nose landing gear comes out like a toothpick. Not a good time.
It was really hard to keep it straight during the coffee house hour there.
Not a good time repairing it either, you know?
Remember when that Raptor fell on its nose after it shut down? It was a huge fiasco. It was like shortly after I got my orders there. Yeah, and I was there for, I don't know, maybe like a month, 2 months, something like that. And so there's a big point where you had to pin the nose gear before the second engine could shut down.
Right.
So you'd have to get in like a bunny suit, crash helmet, everything.
Oh my God.
And go in there and pin it.
You got to get in your Mop 4 gear.
Almost, pretty much. But
boots, motherfucker.
Right after that, like, we were cleared not to have to do that anymore. And right after we got cleared, the next jet, one of the first jets that came back afterwards, again, collapsed. The nose gear collapsed right when it shut down. Fucking, I had to I had to catch the next jet, and I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? Like, dude, put a pin in that nose before it shuts down so it doesn't happen again.
What about one of the Craptors that hit the 18? You were there for that?
Yes. I think it was Canadian 18?
Yes.
Yes.
My jet was in phase, and I heard about it in Hangar 5.
It was on that, because you know how the TDY guys, Combat Archer or whatever the fuck it's called.
I'm going to need you to draw me a map.
Yes. So here's the map. The closest
here's the map.
spot line.
Here's the
up.
Here it is.
Down.
Yeah. He was the foreign or the Canadian F-18s were parked there on that last line, closest to the runway. So the Raptor was coming in, and he said he lost nose wheel steering. It just went straight into the stab of the F-18, and it split the intake. So like the tail was all fucked up, but the corner or the side of the Raptor intake had like a cut into it.
Oh shit!
It was down for a while. So it was an international incident.
We got maple syrup all over it, boy. Maple syrup all over it, because they don't use regular fuel in Canadian airplanes. They use maple syrup fuel.
Big stuff.
Not horsepower; it's moose power.
Oh, that's a lot of powers.
Yeah, it's a lot of powers.
Is that like 10 horses to every one moose?
Yes.
Maybe more.
It's 1 kilometer per moose.
Y'all ain't ever heard of moose power. You never been on the back roads of Canada and 10 mooses pull up with a guy in a sleigh.
You've got the wrong accent for being a Canadian.
No, that was perfect.
It's a boot.
Yeah. Have you ever seen their mooses? Yeah, moose cheese, you come in your forest. Cheese.
Moose are scary, man. They're really
like
dangerous
hockey.
too.
Dude, they are.
They are huge. Huge.
Ma,
Huge.
Ma, there's some
Huge.
fucking mooses.
You're driving down a snow road like in Alaska, and you
Huge.
just see this moose fly out of the bushes
Oh,
across the runway or the street. It freaks. They kill a lot of people.
When we were
Yeah.
up in Isleton,
Were you
we were
eating
coming back
tornadoes
from
when that happened?
It may have been.
Oh shit!
Drop my tornado.
Oh shit!
it rolls on the floor, so
There it goes.
extra spices.
Fuck! I gotta go back to the shop at, dude. Shit!
Yeah. Mm.
It's horrible that you had an
That would
accident in your
piss
Jeep,
me
but I
off,
really want to
dude.
see the pictures of all your tornado wrappers.
I'll post it on our web pages or
Bro, that would
profiles.
piss me off.
Oh, my tornadoes, damn it. But yeah, you just see like all this blood because I split my head open and stuff. There's just blood everywhere and tornado wrappers.
What was this guy on?
So fucked up. Yep, that's what saved him.
Tornadoes and
wrappers. That's what saved him. See all those tornadoes?
Mm.
Yeah, when we were up in Isleton, TDY, we were coming back from Silver Gulch. It's a brewery up there. And just right on the side of the highway, dude, there was this moose. It came out of nowhere. And he's walking down the same way as like the road. And you just see how out of nowhere, just the back end of him. And then you see the giant rack like sticking out. You had to like swerve to not hit him, but that could have been bad.
Yeah, they kill a lot of people that run into them because the people hit their legs and then the moose come through the windshield.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. You get a lot of polar bears up there, too?
No,
Right,
those are way
Eielson.
further north.
Right, Eielson.
No,
Oh, way
further north than that.
Like, what's that road? What's that?
Barrow,
town up
Alaska.
there?
Barrow.
Yes. I think that's the most northern town.
Yeah,
I know. It's way up there.
Yeah, Barrow's
Pole.
on the
No,
North Pole.
past the
No.
North Pole.
North Pole's actually lower.
Yeah.
What about Arizona? Do they have any in Arizona?
They have them in Big Bear.
Not polar bears.
We know
Polar
why
big
you're
bear.
a big bear.
It's not far from the house.
It's super close. Super close. Fab, what do you have to say today?
I like how if I'm on the top right, Red's on the top left, Blackbeard's on the bottom, but we're all different on each of our screens. So like I look down at the bottom and Red's over here like looking this way. And then Blackbeard's like it's so messed up. So it's like, where are we all looking? We're looking
Where are you?
everywhere.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? We need you.
Can you move the people around? I didn't know.
We need to get Goodyear on.
Oh, yeah, it'd be cool to get Goodyear.
Apparently he listens to it a lot. So he'll come in and be like,
It'd be
say,
cool to get.
say something about the podcast.
It'd be cool to get Goodyear.
Well, I think it's been a good episode. Just a bunch of random shit.
Has it been that good yet?
We had the coffee house hour.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
You're telling your
it has been an hour.
your very descriptive story to that smooth jazz.
Listen, my descriptive story is still smooth jazz. Always soothe people in the mornings, nights, afternoon.
I don't know.
Easy listening.
Super easy listening. What do you have for us today as far as veteran stuff there, buddy?
I'm not gonna lie. I forgot to look one up today.
He's ill prepared. Oh shit. Fab, you have one?
Nope.
He's gonna get mad.
Fab, it's okay. You don't
No,
gotta be
I don't
shy.
think he'll get mad. I don't think he'll be like, you know what, you fuckers.
It's not like we can tell him to turn his camera on because
Yeah, hey, you got one?
He's being really shy today.
He's
is.
really
Yes.
quiet today. I think he lost his voice.
Mm.
He lost his voice.
Hmm.
Did you find one?
I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to find Fab.
I think we had a a message about like a dog thing that somebody submitted.
Oh yeah.
To you?
No, it was to the website or to our Facebook.
I vaguely remember that.
Like veteran dogs.
I
mean, as
Yeah.
always, we don't talk about support, so there's that.
Oh yeah. You know what? Actually, I did want to bring one thing up.
Okay.
It's kind of serious. You know what I mean? Recently, a friend of mine passed. He took his own life, and it's unfortunate. It sucks. We hate hearing about fellow service members, fellow crew chiefs having to leave their loved ones behind because their demons got the best of them. You've heard it all. You've heard it all before, but don't be too prideful to reach out, please. Somebody will help. Somebody will talk to you, listen to you, whatever. You know what I mean? We'd rather hear you talk about your problems or your issues than talk about you and your fun times at your eulogy, or have somebody talk about you at your eulogy. So like, seriously, reach out, please, especially if you got kids. Like it's a big deal.
If anybody remembers from like past couple episodes ago, we had little Mikey on here. Little Mikey was having a rough time, but just coming on the show and being able to talk about old times and like what we did as crew chiefs and stuff, we really, really changed him up, changed how he kind of viewed everything, and it really helped him out. So again, I know we're not that big of a podcast yet, but any Air Force crew chiefs, military, Marine Corps, whatever you are, don't feel free to, don't be shy. Don't be like Fab and be quiet because he's not here.
Right.
Come on the show.
Yeah.
And like Red said before, we won't even record. We can all just talk.
It's just
we can talk about Red's horrible porn career that he won't start.
Max McVicker all day, bro.
He's been banned. AI banned him for starting it.
AI already told everybody it's been banned, like motherfucker. But no, just dude, do it for your family. If not for yourself, do it for your family. Do it for those people around you that love you. I know that it leaves like a lasting impression, especially if your kids are 6, 7, 8, kind of know what's going on a little bit. You know what I mean? It leaves like a shadow over them until they're going to their therapist when they're older about it, because they don't understand it. They don't understand why. You know what I mean? And they search for the reasons why. So just do it for your family. Reach out for your family to help them.
Yeah, no matter how hard it feels and gets, it works out eventually in the end. So don't give in.
The sun always breaks through the darkness, boys. Always. So,
but with that, this has been Coffee Talk Hour, or Keys to the Jet. We love you guys. Thanks for listening.
I think I should bring up the dog thing. I found it just real quick.
Please.
So it's called Guardian Angels Medical Service Dogs. And their little thing here is Guardian Angels Medical Service Dogs works through their incredible dogs to make a difference in the lives of those struggling with a variety of disorders, including PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, seizure disorders, mobility issues, and more. But it looks like they get military, like working dogs and stuff, and get them out there for you.
Okay, do they get older military working dogs? And they help with veterans, obviously.
We help provide service dogs to veterans and individuals struggling with a variety of disorders.
So, yeah. Oh, okay. So they're not a program that helps save or rescue military working dogs. They just provide service dogs. That's still really
they help out the vets.
Still a really good service.
I've seen programs like that where like I want to like rescue one of the old military working dogs.
I would love to.
I mean, dude's gonna be like, trying to find a bomb in my butthole.
Yeah, he's gonna be sniffing out your drugs.
Something else in that butthole.
Damn it, Rocco, stop!
He's gonna be sniffing out your drugs the whole time, dude. Narc dogs, bro. But I mean, hey, they gotta have second chances. Sometimes.
You're off work.
You're off work. Leave my Colombian Bam Bam alone.
Why do you have so much peanut butter?
No, I will not go to Costco and get you more peanut butter. Get out of here.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Sorry, Roscoe. I don't mean to be so mean to you. Hell yeah.
Well, thanks for joining the coffee hour with the group here.
This has been a great time. I hope you enjoy your drive and get into your
drive safe
and think about us every time you're just sitting there think about our soft voices. You heard it here first from Radio Keys to the Jet.
That's right. He's the jet. And I think we're gonna
We're
on that note. We love you guys. Stay
go ahead
tuned.
and grab those strong ropes and those chocks and home from the tires.
You mean the ones attached to Blackbeard's head?
More like Fab's. Well, we'll just leave that out.
They're connected to the beads.
One more thing before we leave. Where can you find us there, Blackbeard?
Oh, yeah. We got the normal Facebook, Spotify, BuzzFeed, Instagram, Twitter,
Discord.
Yes.
Soon we'll be launching Patreon. And also on our Buzzsprout link, you can subscribe for $3 a month to the show and get you some content, especially for you.
We can get a whole bag of butterscotches sent to you from Keys to the Jet, courtesy of Mayor.
The mayor loves giving out his butterscotches.
Give me that butterscotch.
The old crew chief style. But first, and then the scotch. Thanks, everybody. It's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a good show. Chuck's out. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.